Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of DeLuSioNaL's Arcade. So in this episode, I take down a trip to Virginia to visit my buddy Jason, who had the Star Wars arcade. If you guys forgot about that, you could always click on up here and you'll see his tour of his Star Wars arcade. I wanted to kind of update it. I have a ton of footage that I took down there. So I wanted to kind of split it up instead of having a massive episode with all the different stuff. But in this episode, we actually visit Steve at Fireball Arcade. It's in Front Royal, Virginia. And so without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into the episode.
We're in Front Royal, Virginia, right down in the Shenandoah Valley. It's a beautiful night down here on Saturday, and we just got into town after dinner at Spelunkers, where we had great burgers and good chicken tenders. And now we're going to go ahead and meet Steve at the Fireball Arcade. So come with me.
Oh, this is cool. Check it out.
Yeah,
wow.
what's up, man?
Hey!
So I dragged DeLuSioNaL from DeLuSioNaL's Arcade down to meet you.
How you doing, man? Nice to meet you.
This is Jason. So
Jason,
I wanted you guys to meet so you could shoot a video of the arcade and
Cool.
get it out there for everybody to know about.
Awesome.
So I'm going to hand you guys off to one another. I'm going to go play video games.
Okay.
Awesome, man. So where do you want to start? Let's start at the top over here.
Okay.
This is a great location. It's right near the theater too. You get all the people coming out.
Yeah. We as people have been finding out about us, we get the theater crowd before they hit the movie, and then after they hit the movie.
Yeah, I saw too. You have like a little seating area. That's awesome.
Yeah, these are, we're calling them Airlock 1 and 2, and we're trying to get the. I got a guy working on the foam seats, so he's going to get the covers for me, and then we're going to put them in here. So we call it an airlock because when you come in, the decibel level drops. So you can actually come in and have a really good conversation, and it lowers the noise from the arcade, so you can sit here and hang out.
That's cool.
And then we decided to install the black lights to get that classic 80s arcade look.
Oh yeah.
So,
I assumed they were coming from behind the machines, but now I see I have them all up there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
let's start over here.
The Star Wars trilogy, I actually had to go to New Jersey and pick it up. And oddly enough, the guys that I got it from, they're right across the parking lot from Jersey Jack Pinball.
Oh
so
yeah, okay.
we got to go do a quick visit over to Jersey Jack and play some games really fast.
Wow.
And we didn't know what they had coming out yet, and they said, nobody knows yet, but if you go on the internet and look, some people might have said something, so now we know. But NASCAR was a local guy. Darren sold this to me really cheap. When I first opened up.
That's so cool.
We had to drag this out of his basement and pull it up a hill.
Must have been heavy.
It was very heavy. But we finally got it in here in 2 pieces.
Wow.
And so this one's a big money maker. Kids like to play it.
Yeah.
They love the force feel of the wheel.
Right.
And then teed off, another guy, Joe, he sold me this one, and Cruising World's in the back. And then Flash was a guy in Vienna.
Wow.
And then he also had a Fireball Classic I was trying to get off him, but that deal never went through, unfortunately. Gorgar I got off of eBay, believe it or not. It was in a guy in the second floor. Had to drive all the way to New Jersey to pick this one up as well.
Yeah.
Really nice guy though. Him and his family were really cool. They fed me lunch since I drove all the way up there.
I had a chance to get one of these, and I dipped out on it for really cheap because I'm nervous about pins. I'm a vid guy, so I haven't popped the cherry yet, you know. But I'm getting the.
It's always fun trying to keep them going.
This one looks cool.
Vector was Jacob, one of our other. We're kind of like a co-op here, so some guys donate their games to be played here, and this is one of them. So Jacob found this one. Really nice old lady, her husband passed away, and was sitting in her dining room. Sold to him for $100.
Wow.
Because it didn't work. And so we plugged it in, turned it on here, and it started working. So I'm not sure what happened, but maybe just was glad to be in the arcade.
Maybe it's when you move it, things happen. Yeah,
yep.
That's what happens all
So
the
then
time.
I checked all the fuses and everything else on it. Everything worked. So I wasn't sure what the problem was on her end.
Right.
Black Knight's currently going through the power boards are being redone.
Okay.
And the CPU is being redone.
So you sent it away?
No, our local tech guy Chris is rebuilding
Chris
him.
did it.
He's
Yeah,
got
I
a
think
workshop.
he was telling me about him, yeah.
5 times bigger than the one we have here.
Wow.
So, and then the guy from Vienna, I bought the topper for it.
Wow.
And
Disco Fever.
Yes, this one's another Jacob that owns Vector owns this one. He got this one really cheap also. It needed a lot of work to clean it up. It was really, really dirty.
Yeah.
But it cleaned up nicely.
It looks okay.
Yeah. And then
Nice.
Phoenix, I got from another guy up, Eric up in Westminster, Maryland. So he had bought it from another guy who had put LEDs in the playfield, and it worked really good. And it's a fun game to play, especially hitting that bonus ramp.
Yeah.
That's really fun to hit. So these old pins are just—they always need a lot of care.
Yeah.
Neo
got a
Geo.
Neo Geo,
This is
too.
Andrews. He's another co-op guy here. He hosts this game, one other game too. It's got windjammers in it and the 161 board
Yeah, I was
in
gonna
it as
say
well.
it has the instructions how to hold.
Yeah,
the
I
button
had to because a lot of people are learning how they use
Yeah.
the Neo Geo.
down. Yeah.
And then Street Fighter 3. Originally, I got it as Street Fighter 3, a different Street Fighter 3, and it came in. I thought it was just a vertical hold problem. Turned out that the battery had suicided the board.
Oh, okay.
And so Chris, tech guy Chris, he got on Clav, talked to a guy in Japan, asked him if he knew anything about the CPS2 boards. He says, well, actually I have a Street Fighter 3 Second Impact Giant Attack. You're interested, never been opened? And so he's like, sure. So he bought it from him, put it
wow.
in here. I got this cabinet from a lady in Luray. She has a little antique gift store looking place down there. She had bought it at auction. She said that it worked there, and then she got it back to the place and it didn't work. So I bought it off her. And
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what it was, because like
I think it was a either a Turtles or an
Konami,
Avengers.
because it has the 2 speaker grills here.
Yeah.
One there.
So this is how she bought it,
Wow.
and so I just kept it as is because people like to have that space while they're
Yeah.
playing Street Fighter.
Well, if you ever decide to restore it, you could probably get like 3 of these after you
Yeah.
sell the other one when you restore it.
Yeah. Ribbon Racing was actually
This is
given to
cool.
us by Max Roller Rink up the road. Max had a new owner, and he didn't know how to fix any of his equipment. He hasn't. The guys from Finksburg, Maryland, come down.
Right.
But he said he was tired of waiting every 4 months to get things fixed. So he wanted this out, and he wanted to know if we wanted it. So Chris and I spent about 2 hours going through everything, getting
Is
it
this a
working.
ticket game? I'm not familiar with
It
it.
used to be a ticket game. We turned off
The feature for that? Yeah.
yeah.
So it's just fun to play, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I love those toppers. Like I see the X-Wing hiding on top.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be. The whole side of this wall is going to be our Star Wars space battle scene. So I got the X-wing and I got the humongous TIE fighter.
Yeah, I saw the
over
TIE
there.
fighter all the way down there.
Yeah, and I got a line on a Millennium Falcon, and then I'm going to get all the other miscellaneous ones, like
Right.
the B-wing and the Y-wing, and set them
awesome.
up here, and we'll have a nice space battle going on. And
That's
but all the games. Well, the main attraction in the arcade, other than being a classic '80s arcade, is everything's a quarter. We wanted to keep it like it was in the '80s.
Yeah.
So everything's a quarter. So the kids can come in and have fun after school or on the weekends, and have something they can afford to do. And we try to keep all the snacks at 50 cents also, so that
Yeah.
come in and have some snacks.
Yeah, I
and
saw a
play
guy,
games.
like when we walked by earlier, before we came inside, House of the Dead, there was a guy with 2 guns. So I was
Yeah.
like, it has to be a quarter for him to be using 2 guns.
Well, he put it. It's a quarter apiece.
Yeah,
on either
exactly.
side, and you just sit there and.
Yeah.
It took us about 30 minutes to get through the whole game. My shoulders were killing me.
Oh, yeah.
This
True.
one is the Neo Geo Candy Cab. That's Jacob's. Jacob owns this one. And Jacob owns this one, and this one. So he's got
Wow.
this Neo Geo, Super Pac-Man, and Crime Fighters.
Okay.
And he also owns the Chase HQ and the House of the Dead, and then the 2 pins, Vector and
Yeah,
Disco
those are cool
Fever.
too. I have a Super Pac-Man that I was working on.
On the air hockey table, I
okay.
got from Randy Manassas. And he had found this. A guy had this in his carport because it's waterproof,
Oh, okay.
and the scoring slots go into these 2 hoses that drain out the bottom,
oh,
so you can
okay.
have it outdoors.
That's
so
neat.
they had it out in their carport, and it just had leaves and dirt all over
It
it.
has
Never played
LEDs.
it.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, this was Wick out
really
of
cool.
Poland.
Wow.
So, and so
Spy
this
Hunter.
is Spy
This
Hunter's
is cool.
the guy that sold me the Teed Off and the Cruising World in the back. I had this one, and he didn't have room for it. He was selling his house, so he wanted to know if if we could get it working, we could just post it here inside and have people play it. So we got it working. It was just the connectors were cracked on the harness. We replaced the connectors and started working. Oh, sorry. Chase HQ and Crime Fighters.
That's one of my favorite games. I love this game.
They said it wasn't working. It was really dirty. It was in a storage room at a hotel near Richmond. So I went to go put it in the van, and this one and Crime Fighters he got for $100.
Wow.
And they weren't working. So the connectors had fallen off on the video feed. So I just redid all the connectors, turned it on, and started working.
Yeah.
And then Asteroids Deluxe I got online. I bought this on eBay. I had it shipped. This one, I believe, came out of California. And then, but it was down for a little bit. And turned out it had some bad grounding wires in it. Chris said.
Okay.
And he fixed those really quick and started working again.
Wow.
This is you always have to look and look and look. And,
Yeah, it's a classic, it's for sure.
Afterburner, I got this one because I couldn't find Afterburner Deluxe.
Oh, okay. You really wanted to sit down?
I wanted to sit down so bad. Another friend of mine, Phil, he helped me get a lot of these machines working when I first started.
Oh, okay.
He said if I ever found a Deluxe, he would fix it for free for me because he loves that game too.
You know,
This
it's
one I
really
bought-
good. Space Harrier. It's
Yeah.
very similar. The sit down is like amazing. I've seen it, never played it.
I played it back in the 80s. That's why I want to play it again.
I mean, I've seen it in videos. That's about it. So.
And so this one, the kids are always
It's a
like,
great
this game's
game.
so hard, but it's so fun. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the joy of it. It's really fun. Frogger I got from a guy in Texas. They resell a lot of stuff. They needed a lot of work.
Yeah,
It had
it's
a lot
okay,
of
though.
problems. So I had to
You
buy
know-
the artwork. I had to redo the CPO.
People hear me say this all the time. This patina, I call this patina.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, let's strip it, let's put new artwork on it. But that's kind of character. Like, this survives. Survivor, you know?
Yep. You should have seen it. Oh, it's in bad shape. So, like Depth Charge, that's got the same cabinet style, which I didn't realize.
Oh, yeah.
This one's also Andrew's game. He found this one for $100, and it had some
Really?
grounding wire issues. This is all original.
Yeah, it looks good.
I was amazed when he brought it in. I'm
Especially
like,
over here. Like, you see a little bit here.
yep.
But a lot of times that's really, really
Yeah, it's
messed
a little
up.
nicks. And,
Especially on, like, Pac-Mans, people lean on it.
yep, yep.
But, wow.
So I was amazed when he wheeled this in here. The
even
CPO
front
needs a
art.
little work. We'll probably get some magic eraser to clean it up, but for the
Yeah,
most part,
I would,
it's
I
a
would
classic
totally
game.
leave this alone.
Yeah, oh, definitely,
leave
yeah.
it. I wouldn't do
Because it's a
anything to this,
survivor.
you know, right here.
Yep.
And Magic Eraser does wonders.
This one I got out of Westminster, California, out of some guy's garage.
Okay.
So this was a survivor also. It's missing the,
looks
the
good.
internal stuff,
really good.
little the moonscape and all that other stuff, but it still worked. And
Yeah.
the only thing is that we put a stereo amp in it to boost the low end.
Okay.
And I cranked it up and I blew all the op amps on the audio. So I got the op amps in the back. I just haven't had a chance to replace them
Yeah,
yet.
you know, I never knew. I've like studied this game because I know people that have it. This one, I think the European version had an actual joystick on it. And that's
Really?
If I ever got one, I'd want, because I'm so used to the joystick. I could never get used to the two buttons to play.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's right.
You know.
It was a joystick.
And then the deluxe version, this one comes in two parts, but the
Oh.
deluxe version is red and it's all one piece.
Right.
Yeah. And I never realized that till somebody pointed it out. You know, it's like Captain Obvious.
I'd seen them before, but I didn't know they came apart in two pieces.
Yeah.
But
And this,
yeah.
of course, you know, Galaga, like we said.
Yeah, Galaga. It's funny because I got it from Electronics Unlimited up in Maryland. But yeah, that was Galaga, and then from that one, they're the ones that told me about the Rivet Racing. From they said they had a customer trying to get rid of a game. Do I want a free game? It's close by me. I said, sure, where?
Yeah,
So
you guys are so lucky down here.
it was
You know,
nice. It
I'm
was,
from like, you know, up in New England, like Connecticut, New York.
right.
They're so expensive.
Yeah.
So Mortal Kombat, one of my favorite games in college.
Yeah, Andrew got the cabinet, and it was a, oh gosh, what was it? It was something else. And so he converted it back to Mortal Kombat 2, even though it's a Mortal Kombat 1 cabinet. But he wanted to keep it Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh, let's
He
paint it
said that
black.
the bottom is where the difference is.
Do you have the side art over here underneath?
No, he ordered Mortal Kombat 2 side art.
Oh, he put
So he's
laminate.
going to order Mortal Kombat 1 side art for it, put it down here on the side.
Right.
Because he likes the look of the Mortal Kombat 1 better.
Yeah.
And just keep the front part as Mortal Kombat 2.
Okay.
But he just got this one done this week.
And then this is one of my favorite games too. I love
Yeah,
this.
Joe Andrews had this in his basement, and he said he came in, saw we didn't have a lot of games, So I said, hey, I've got one in the basement. Nobody really plays it. My kids
love
play
the
the other
topper.
one. Yeah, Chris brought me this. Our tech guy Chris, he found this one, brought it in as a present. So I stuck it up on top as a topper.
Yeah.
Centipede I got online too. Joe Brewer from Brewer's Arcade up in
Oh
Maryland.
yeah. Yeah, we're gonna visit him.
Yeah, he sold me this one. This thing is not light.
Oh yeah, I know. All Atari cabs are just like.
This thing was so heavy.
Yeah.
But I got it into the van and I got it out of the van and hauled it in here. And this thing is bulletproof. Joe does amazing work.
Yeah.
This has been like failure free.
Such a great game.
And this
funny.
is the only game in here that is not a quarter. It's actually 2 games per quarter. So I wanted the
that's
kids
really
to learn
good.
how to play this game and really enjoy
funny
it.
story. He's gonna kill me for saying this, but Jason, that's one of the first cabinets he got. He paid 140 bucks for it.
Really?
You know, he said, you know what? If I screw it up, it's only 140 bucks. It's not much, whatever. So he ended up restoring it beautifully and did a great job on it. And now he loves it. But when he first was gonna get it, I said, dude, $140. I mean, remember the prices by me? They're really high.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he picked it up reluctantly. He's like, I don't really like Centipede, and now it's one of his top favorite games that he loves. So
I used to play this back in the day all the time, and it would kick my butt all the time.
Yeah.
Big Buck Hunter, a guy in Southern Maryland, had it in his buddy's house in his garage.
Yeah.
The guy was selling the house, and they needed to get the game out, so he posted it on Craigslist for $100. Wasn't working, supposedly.
Dude, that's crazy.
Because the screen was all green.
The monitor alone, that's like a $200 monitor all day.
So,
all day by us.
Chris, I brought it in. I told Chris, I was like, "There's something wrong with the screen. It's all green. I don't know if it's got a night scope mode or what." So he gave us like, "No, I just need to adjust the colors." So he adjusted the colors, and it works great. We cleaned it up, and I thought the gun wasn't working. Trigger would work, but the optical on the end wasn't working.
Oh, I see.
So I call up Randy in Manassas, who sold me the air hockey and the foosball. And he says, take it apart, check the connector comes loose sometimes from the optical sensor on the tip. I opened it up, sure enough, the thing was a lot this far away from it.
Yeah.
So, and I bought a new one too, a new optical sensor.
Well, you have a spare now.
Now I got a spare. So I connected it, and it started working. I'm like, oh my god.
That's what's great about this whole, I mean, I see it as a hobby. You see, you're in the business and stuff. But, you know, it's who you know. You just know people, and people are so generous.
It's sort of such a cool community because everybody, like, they help you.
Yeah.
If you got a question,
yeah,
and everybody helps.
I was telling Jay, I got to come down here with my rejuvenator and just whatever you need done, you know.
Okay,
just
yeah, definitely.
Rejuve everything.
Jacob found this House of the Dead on Craigslist.
Dude, that's beautiful.
And I think it was, I forgot how much he paid for it. But we had to go up to Frederick, Maryland to pick it up.
And that's a monitor? It almost looks like an LCD at this point.
Yeah.
I guess it's a projection. No, it's a monitor.
Yeah.
It's great.
Because it was heavy.
It's so clear.
The problem is I need to change out the battery on the computer.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it'll when you turn it on, I'll say 2 quarters to start.
And you have to reset it.
So I have to go back and
It's not
set the
saving
coins
setting
to 1.
But it's in decent shape.
Yeah, it was in really good shape.
I would love this if I could fit it.
Yeah, we had to go pick it up in a rainstorm.
Wow. Yeah, but they're pretty durable. You
Yeah.
know, I've done stuff in the rain too.
And this is Chris, my tech guy's cocktail table.
Oh, it looks like it has D2K.
It's running Donkey Kong 2.
And you can
Jumpman
switch over.
Returns.
Yeah.
And then the English marked arts. This was working, and then all of a sudden it stopped working.
Yeah, I love the
Jacob
sign.
got this for $100.
Everybody uses that sign.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
it. From Wreck-It Ralph.
Yep, from Wreck-It Ralph. I used to play this game all the time too.
You probably
And,
got it from John's Arcade. He's up by me.
He got it from a local seller here in town. Somebody
No,
had it in
I
their
mean the
basement.
sign. Sorry.
Oh, the sign. No, I got it off the
Yeah,
internet.
yeah, it's probably from him. Yeah.
It's from
'Cause I
everywhere.
think he's the one who made it.
So it's, but yeah, it's just, and Chris said there's a couple of chips went bad, so. And it's funny because before I even opened up this arcade, before I even bought my first game, I bought all these little metal signs from a guy that makes them in Florida, as a way for me to keep focus on. I was gonna open an arcade, and so this last sign caught my attention. These are the good old days. So it's good for me to remember back in the day because these were the good old days for me. And now all the kids here are creating their own good old days.
Yeah.
Like, with
It's
the
funny
same games
because
we
people
grew
hang
with.
up like dollars when they first make their first dollar. You're hanging up this stuff.
All
Everybody
the
has something
signs. And I got some
sentimental.
more over there, and then I got some on the bathroom door.
Yeah, this is cool, man. I love the place.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot the foosball table. Oh, excuse me.
Oh yeah. And we have a couch, a lounge
This was
area.
Randy from Manassas had this. Somebody had this in a laundromat and thought it would be a good idea to have a foosball table in a laundromat.
Right.
So when I got it, it was all full of dryer lint. So when I opened it up, There's all this dryer lint inside. I had to vacuum the thing
It's like
out.
a magnet for that.
And it had one guy was dead, so I had the legs broke off. But when I opened it up, it actually had an extra man in it, and it had all the balls were in it, and everything worked great. So I just had to get a
It's in nice shape. Feels like
for a
it's
Johnny
heavy.
Lot.
It's very heavy.
Game. So
The
we're
ones
gonna.
I've seen are light. They're a little cheap.
Yeah. This one it's nice because it's got the raised corners, so the ball doesn't get stuck.
Oh
And,
yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. So it's
That's cool.
And he said I told him I was looking for a foosball table, and he just happened to have this one. So I thought it was cute because the sticker on the side. So foosball saved my life once.
I'm curious what he bought this for.
You don't want to know.
How much? Come on, they go for like over 1,000 at least. And in
$100.
California. You're kidding.
He found it in Romney.
What?
Yeah, there's
the
Jacob's
monitor?
cabinet. Yep.
Does the monitor work?
Yep. We had to pull it out and rotate it, but he wanted windjammers in it.
That is
So
sick.
we had windjammers in it. He did all the work. This is Jacob. He owns this
Hey,
candy
what's going on,
cab.
man?
So
We're
I got pictures
marveling
of
your
him working on
$100
this.
purchase. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, I know.
That is nuts.
Originally, they converted to a Galaga. It had
Yeah.
Oh, they turned it to yeah.
and it looked like crap. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
It had a black overlay on this. He had to scrape it off.
It looks
expose
good.
that.
I mean,
For God's sake.
you know, for what it is. I mean, $100
They're
bucks.
magic.
This is all original. This control panel is all original underneath that black.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was not. Wow.
Yeah.
So the only mess up I did was this right here, which isn't all very noticeable, but that's better.
Yeah. Still, you know, stuff like that, you can't worry about it. You know, you get something new, then somebody messes it up the next day. What are you gonna
Yeah.
do?
Well, and it's gone
That's
through
awesome.
different games too. Because
I want a candy cap so bad. Before pinball, I want a candy cap.
So my wife was redoing the desk here, and she found this glass in the back and thought, oh, this would be great for a second level. So she put it up here, so we could have the lights up here in the phone, and she didn't realize this is actually the smoked glass from the Tempest game that we got in the back. So I have to get this off
That
of
is
here
funny.
soon, and just replace it with a piece of plexiglass.
Yeah.
So I don't want that glass breaking.
So this is VIP access now, right?
This is VIP. Well, it's kind of sort of.
Oh wow.
So
pole
this is
position.
our repair facility in the back. I call it the space dock because everything has to come and get repaired in the space dock. So we're doing the space theme for the arcade. So pole position, I got out of a resort, the Sea Mist Resort in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and it's got all the stickers on it from the coin-operated device license from the state.
Oh, that's cool.
So they're all over here and on the sides and on the back, and
That's cool.
it was kind of cool because I was like, oh. Should I take them off? And I'm
Yeah,
like,
you know,
"Nah."
it's so funny. All of them have this. It's like you can't
Yeah, the
avoid
cigarette
it.
burns.
I've only seen one
Really?
that has nothing on it, and it was because it was home use only. But all of them, I had one too. I had two of them, and they all have this. It's
Cigarette
like you can't
burns.
avoid it. You can't. It's like, but you know, again, you know, it's like, well, you know, at one time you used to be able to smoke.
Yeah,
Part
exactly.
of history. So leave
Yeah.
it. It looks great. You know?
And it's probably because it was outside, so they were able to smoke.
But this is
outside.
in nice shape too.
Yeah, I was really
The
surprised
glass.
that the bezel was in really good
Looks
shape.
really good. Yeah.
And the only thing is the little one in the inside. It sags
Well,
a
that's
little on the
normal.
top.
That's normal.
'Cause of
you know,
use.
and you could reproduce those. It's not like,
Yeah.
you know.
And then Tempest.
And Tempest.
I got this one from Manny Sosa in Florida. He sells a lot of stuff online. So I was trying to find a Tempest for under $1,000. So it was pretty fruitless for a while. And
Yeah.
then this one came up on eBay, and I'm like, I'm not gonna win it. So I put $900 on it, and it came back. I won it. I was like, what? That was
Wow.
it was luck. So then he shipped it, and then it worked for about 3 months. And then all of a sudden it started folding in. The right side started folding in, and then the
Oh,
left
yeah.
side started folding in, and then all of a sudden it just was a dot.
Yeah.
And then you put a
spot
quarter
killer
in, and
stuff.
both of these would light up on one quarter, and then none of them would work.
Yeah, Jay finally, he probably told you, he finally got his working. We worked
Yeah,
on it
same.
together. We rebuilt everything.
Yep.
And when we got it working, he was like, yeah, and then played it for a day and went down again.
No,
So it's like, I always joke around, Tempest is temperamental. 'Cause, like,
Exactly.
everybody I know that has one,
Yep.
they just want to, especially the monitor. It's just such a
Yeah,
pain.
yeah.
His was jittering. It was doing all kinds of stuff.
It was fantastic when I plugged it in. The colors were bright, and it was playing
Yeah, I mean,
great.
working for $900, that's a pretty
and,
decent
and
price.
all of a sudden it slowly started to go.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucked because I had some kids come in. They were like 10 and 12, and I was
Yeah.
showing them how to play it, and they started loving this
Getting
game.
into it, and then-
all of a sudden, it died.
Yeah, it's probably the connectors. Those things go, you got to repin them.
Okay. Well, I'll have to get one then. I think I might actually have a spare one in the back, but
And then this is the one you're talking about. The
Yeah, the Cruising World. I got this from the guy that sold me the Teed Off,
Right.
and he owns a Spy Hunter, and it was working great at his place. I brought it here, plugged it in. The monitor started making clicking noises and wouldn't turn on. And then, so I opened up the back to see what the
That's probably the HV.
the
the
funny
high
thing
voltage.
is, let me see, where's everything? I moved stuff around. It actually had it was a 110 220 converter box actually in it.
Oh, I think, yeah, you were telling
And I
me.
didn't realize it came from Germany. Oh, here it is. You can kind of see the box right there. And then, so I'm like, this thing's running on 220. And I didn't realize, I started looking, and this thing was from West Germany. So he bought this from a guy, didn't know that it was from West Germany, and
assumed
it
it
was
wasn't
sitting in his
working.
house for years, and they were playing it fine. And I brought it here, plugged it in, and it stopped working. So we're trying to fix this is the monitor. So Chris already took the chassis home, and he's been working on the chassis.
What is it, K7000?
Yeah, no, it's what was it?
DeLuSioNaL, maybe? I can't tell.
Oh gosh,
I never heard of this. So it's probably not
I want
a
to say the
West
chassis was
Wells
like
Gardner.
it was like a Magnavision or something. He said it was one that.
Yeah, it was one that's not common, as
and
common
he
as
said
a Wells
it's one of the
Gardner.
worst monitor chassis you could ever
There might be a...
But so he's having a lot of fun trying to fix that thing.
Huh.
So he said he's going to come back and just grab this and take it home and just have them together. I was like, oh, yeah, here you can see all the stickers on the back of
Yeah,
Pole
that's so
Position
cool.
from the state of South Carolina.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then let me show you the coin doors on this one. You might need your light for this. And if you look, it says left side 1 DM, 5
yeah.
DM. So those are Deutsch
Deutsch.
marks.
Yep.
So this was from Germany. And here's
Wow.
the other glass.
And then I see you got a nice space tool. It's real nice shape.
Yeah, actually, this is Andrew's, and he bought this one for $100.
What?
It doesn't work.
I need to move to Virginia, I'm telling
I
you.
know, and it's funny because he used
Holy
to have one
crap.
of these games in his basement when he had a whole bunch of games
Look at
and he had to
this.
sell them off. Now he's trying to rebuild his
This is
collection.
original?
Yep. It just needs to be cleaned.
Magic eraser, yeah.
Yeah, Magic Eraser. And we haven't even touched this one yet. We wheeled it in here, and it's been in here for about 2 weeks.
I mean, even the sticker for like that you see on these, like it's pretty intact.
Yep. So he
That's
was
so
he was
cool.
really happy, and if we can get it going, I'll be happy too.
Yeah, coin box.
Yep.
Wow, the manual? Are you kidding?
Yeah, it was amazing.
For
He-
$100?
Yeah, his ladies want to
that's-
get it out,
Yeah.
so he picked it up and brought it in here. I'm like,
Well,
yeah,
I'm
just
glad
put
we're
it in the back.
good friends now.
Yeah, we find all these deals, and then they're like, I found this really great. Like somebody was giving away San Francisco Rush, and it went like
Yeah.
that. The lady that gave this to him for $100, her husband passed away, and then
Oh.
she was getting rid of all this stuff. So
Oh, wow.
her husband used to repair phones and other electronics. So he had this downstairs,
That
and
thing
she
is
asked
cool.
Andrew if he wanted it. So he said sure. So she just gave it to him.
Wow.
She gave him this.
Did it
and-
have everything in it too?
Yeah, and then she
What?
gave him this too.
That is,
Which
look at
is,
that. You have all the parts.
All of these screws and nuts, M2
Oh yeah.
through M4,
They look like they match.
and the washers.
Wow.
So she just wanted to get rid of all this stuff. And then she also gave him 4 different oscilloscopes.
You're making it worse. By every
One of them was
sentence you're
digital.
saying, I'm like, you got
And
that
it was
for $100.
It was
plus all
digital
that
and
crap?
portable, and she's just getting rid of all this stuff. I was just like, wow. There was computers. There was his whole
Wow.
back
Yeah,
of his
sometimes you
wrap
just gotta-
was full of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy cow, Andrew, you hit the jackpot. Oh, I have to show. Well, I can't show you because the door is blocked. But a lady brought in an asteroids poster, just like this one.
Wow.
She said, I found this one and I thought of you guys. And I thought you guys would like it. So I'm like, sure. So I put it on the back of the door, and then I have the door propped open now with the lights. We had,
Wow.
I brought in my old band's stage lights, and we
Oh.
had a New Year's Eve party in here.
Oh, okay.
Going into the new year, so we closed all the doors, had a private
So
party.
you had the big TV there? Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, and we had BYOB, so it was a potluck, so we roll all the tables out. We move things around. The game table, or the puzzle table this guy gave me for the arcade, it folded out. So we had a big table in the middle, coffee table, and we were playing Cards Against Humanity. And we just since it was BYOB, we had a really good time. And then midnight hit, and we were all like, yay! So we stayed till about 1 in the morning. So it's kind of nice. I think we're going to probably do more private parties and stuff in here too later.
Yeah, that's
so this
good.
year's is our second year. We're almost a year anniversary on May 25th. So
I like
we've been
that
open
everybody
a year.
collaborates. You know, you all kind
Yeah,
of
it's
team up.
fantastic.
I mean,
and people are just so nice when they're coming in and they'll tell me, oh, somebody's got a skee ball machine they're wanting to sell. I'm like, I'm running out of room. So that's the problem.
Yeah.
Is I'm actually running out of room. So this is our birthday party room that kids can rent
that's
out.
funny. I had one of those a long time ago.
The Midway, yeah.
Yeah.
And when I bought it, I had never seen one before, and I saw it online, so I didn't know how big it was.
Yeah.
And then when I got there, I'm like, oh, this thing's small. So I ended up, I said, oh, that's cool. It's free play. I'll stick it in the birthday party room. So I brought my kids' old air hockey table out and put it in here. So the kids have this 12-in-1 and air hockey.
So I heard you're getting a game soon.
Yeah.
What's that game going to be?
Top Speed.
Top Speed.
So Top Speed will actually go in the corner. I'll have to rearrange this, but it'll go in the left corner, then the Midway will go to the right of it, and then the air hockey will go on this sidewall here. I'll have a movie going for them when they come in. So I got like Goonies and Tron and Back to the Future and some other stuff. So whatever theme they want to do. I usually have the tablecloths and stuff, the regular ones, and let's just say happy birthday. So they come in and they have a blast, but they're in here for like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they're all out in the arcade having fun.
Yeah.
And then they come back in to blow out the candles and do the presents. And then that's like maybe 20, 30 minutes. I was like, you know, I really want to bring
This
back
doesn't
the
feel
arcade
right.
feel.
Exactly, yeah.
I said, well, I'm going to have to do this with old games with no redemption and see how the kids accept it. But I knew that there was a portion of the population that were like me that missed the old arcades, like the Aladdin's Castles and the Timeouts, and that have gone away.
Yeah.
And trying to find something that was not a barcade, because the barcades are kind of being done a lot now. And people have been telling me, you know, you got to do a barcade. And I was seriously thinking about it, but I'm like, well, then you can't have kids. And I'm kind of doing this for the kids, so that way they can have some place in town.
Well,
to
you
come.
can have, but they do like, a lot of times they're barcades, but we're restaurants. So in the day at a certain time, you kick all the kids out. I think Dave and Buster's does that actually.
Well, we moved here from Portland, Oregon, and there's a place there called Ground Control. I used to take my kids to.
I know where that is.
Oh my God, that was so much fun. And they kick all the kids out at 7 p.m. and stay open until 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
But and it was great. And I was thinking about doing something like that here, but the space is kind of small. And I was doing it for my kids because actually this whole thing came about. My youngest daughter, a couple of years ago, Thanksgiving night, she wanted to go to her friend Isabel's house. I'm like, it's Thanksgiving. She goes, oh, we're bored. My friends and I, we have no place to really go hang out in town. I'm like, well, when I was your age, I would go hang out at the arcades. And she's like, I wish we had an arcade in town to hang out. And I was like, if she feels that way, how many other kids feel that way? And then now the adults have taken over and they brought their kids in. So they're introducing their kids to what an arcade is like.
Yeah.
So now the kids are coming back.
I don't care what anybody says. It's the best feeling when you show kids.
And it's
like you were saying, you put 2 for 1 for Centipede.
Yes.
To teach the kids.
That's a fun game. So the funniest part is coming in and watching them play pinball. Because they put a quarter in and they're like how do I turn this on? And they're hitting the flippers and they're pulling the plunger and they're like, and they come and get me. They're, excuse me, the thing ain't my quarter. I'm like, oh, it did. So I go and I look, there's a credit on them. Oh, you have to hit this button here. So they're like, oh, so now those same kids
are getting into it.
They're teaching other friends of theirs that come in, they're bringing them in, and they're like, you put a quarter in here and you hit this button, and then they're like, oh, so now they're getting the hang of pinball. So it's kind of cool.
You should, I mean,
how that's working.
Retro's getting a little more popular now. So
I can tell by the prices going up.
But I was going to say, you could always set up like an NES or something for kids that never played it.
Yes.
But a lot of kids have played it. You have the Switch now.
Yeah.
Parents buy the Switch. You can play the old school games.
Yes.
Actually, it's not as bad as it used to be.
Yeah. The reason I was adding more of the TVs was a guy, JD, came in. Want to know if we'd be interested in hosting a Super Smash Brothers Brawl tournament with Nintendo Switches. So he came and asked me if we'd be interested in hosting one. I said, sure.
Yeah, that's
because
great.
my daughter plays, she has a Switch too. So they've lined up some sponsors and want to go around the country doing different stuff. And they want to do one here. So, and they were going to be broadcasting it live on the internet. So that way we could do the whole thing live.
So you're doing Twitch and stuff?
Yeah. So he was handling all that. So I'm like, I got enough as it is because I got my day job. That's why we're kind of open on the weekends right now over the winter because there wasn't enough people coming during the week to support it. So I shut it down during the week and just had it on the weekends.
So Steve, it was an honor.
Yes,
I'll shake
thank
you with
you.
my left hand. I'm holding the camera here.
No problem.
thank you again. That was an awesome.
Yeah, Jacob.
And
Andrew's not here. Andrew that
Yeah.
also has some games here. He's
and I
had
want to meet
awesome
Chris
time.
eventually. I'm sure I'll be back.
Yeah, definitely. I hope so.
But yeah, this is awesome. It's the start, and it's. I can't believe this is only. I mean, you did all this in a year. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So one last thing I want to ask: how do you? You have like a Facebook page people can go to?
Currently, yes, that's all. I was doing one website and one Facebook. They got to be too much, so I redirected the URL to the Facebook page.
So what is it?
Fireballarcade.com.
Okay.
And that'll take you directly to our Facebook page. I update everything there. So I have my little sign out for us to check Facebook page for any updates.
Yeah, social media, that's where everybody's at anyway. So don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, go on Instagram. You can see down here, I have the banner flashing right now. And you can also go to Twitter. I'm at Del's Arcade there. And you can kind of check it out. I'm gonna have probably, just little snippets here of everything that I do. So I guess that's it for this video, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.
All right, thank you.